Return of the Mac. M.A.C. Moss Andrew. Carl is not here. We're still the Mac.
Yeah.
We're back for another week. Carl's little family business. Nothing bad. We got birthday celebrations going on.
It is.
Got to put the family first.
It is.
We'll let it slide this
to
week.
The little one.
Yes, happy birthday. Happy birthday. I was about to say her name. I don't think he's weird about it, but we'll just keep it to ourselves.
It is what it is.
But anyway, yeah, so no Carl this week, but me and Moss going to hold it down, of course.
Yes, indeed.
What's going on this week, man?
You know, same old, man. Another work week. Just found out fall break actually starts this week. So I didn't even know that.
So are you off again?
In a couple of days.
Okay.
But I actually got to work during fall break, which is different.
Yeah.
Fall break and change.
Oh, because there are still like students or whatever.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So there are a couple of days I got to do. But it's all good.
I hear
Not much. Same old. About you?
Pretty much the same old.
Yeah.
Except for this past weekend. So any of our longtime listeners have heard us interview with G.R. Wonder.
Yeah.
Friends of the podcast, if you will.
The guys.
My man Quincy Cunningham's getting married this past Saturday, so I had to go to the wedding to support. Mm-hmm. I had a blast.
Yeah.
I had a blast. The wedding was dope. Everything was beautiful and stuff, of course.
Yeah.
We had the wedding outside. Mm-hmm. Quick little ceremony thing. It was beautiful Saturday. It was just perfect outside. And they got the reception inside or whatever. Of course, the G.I. Wonder guys were there.
Yeah.
Saw Quan. Couple of dudes that I'm like friends with online through Quincy.
You seen them
commenting nonstop. Like we're talking every day. Like I'm like, this is my homie. I see dude and I'm like, yo, what up, man? I don't even know if we've ever met in real life. So it was pretty cool to meet some new people like that.
That's tight.
I was throwing the Trulies back.
Throwing them back.
The Trulies.
Oh, I got some in the fridge, man. I think I forgot to offer you one.
Dope.
I have to pop one in a minute.
They were fire.
Sounds good.
They were fire. You know, you got the weddings, music going, everybody's around, just having a good time.
Yeah.
I didn't feel like I was like super wasted or nothing, but I was feeling great for sure.
Yeah.
So we had a good time. And the last thing that I had to bring to the podcast, I already mentioned this to you Saturday while I was at the wedding.
Yeah.
But we're doing the ceremony, and of course, all of the people in the wedding, the maids of honor, groomsmen are all coming down, walk down the aisle. Comes time for Quincy to come down, and the music starts. It's the thuggish, ruggish bone.
Of course.
It's like, yo, my man.
It's only right.
My man had to come out the Bone Thugs. But as soon as that first note hit, man, like the whole crowd just kind of starts chuckling. It was fun, man. It really was.
Had to get that off.
Yes.
There's no way you couldn't get that off.
No, definitely not.
Yeah,
I myself am not a dancer.
Right.
But
got a little head bob, maybe a little two-step.
It's always fun to watch other people dance. And, you know, it's always fun. You go to a mixed wedding.
Yeah.
And they get Dreams and Nightmares rocking on the dance floor. Okay. So the center of the dance floor is
happen too.
Losing their fucking mind. And then the outskirts where everybody's just watching like, yo, what is this song? Do you know this song?
To this song like this?
It was so funny, man.
That's an anthem right there. You don't even know.
It was dope, though. It was dope, man. I had
that's good.
Nothing but good things to say. Shout outs to Quincy and Christina.
Shout out. Y'all. Congrats to y'all.
Have a long, prosperous marriage.
That's a fact, man. Many blessings.
For sure. Other than that, not much here, man. Yeah. Not much here. Regular old week.
Yeah, man.
Did the football thing yesterday.
Did.
But before we get into football, though.
Right.
There was one... big news story from the week in the world of sports. Big hit that happened. Draymond Green, Jordan Poole.
Sheesh.
I don't know what day it was, but like midweek, we get a little announcement.
We had heard about it.
Yeah, we got a little announcement there was a scuffle.
Something that happened. They had a little... They even say nobody got hit. They kind of made it like it was like just a little argument.
It's hard to remember exactly like how you saw it, but I thought I had seen right from the jump that Draymond had hit Poole.
Oh yeah, okay, all right. I don't think I've seen that.
You put the word out there. It's like there was an altercation in practice. This person hit this person, and it's like it doesn't really tell you exactly what happened. This is like this is the Ray Rice situation.
Right.
So like the next day or 2 days later, TMZ gets a hold of the video and puts the video out, and anybody that's paid any attention to the news, particularly sports news, has seen the video and seen all the conversations surrounding it.
That boy Dre laid the hammer on my mans. Yo.
You're like, just.
I know there wasn't no sound to the video, but you ain't really need no dialogue to see what was going on. Like the body language of where everything that happened, they were screaming at each other from across the court at first. And then once you see Draymond start walking toward him, you could tell Jordan had said something that was mad disrespectful. Because he felt like, all right, I got to come towards you now because you didn't say something out of line. Walked up on him, and Jordan tried to push him out of his way a little bit. But he didn't really get a good push off on him because he was still like right there. You know, obviously he's much bigger than he is.
He kind of did the like, he did the like push and then like look down, step back.
Yeah.
It's like get out of my face, and then you take a step back and like totally not defending yourself.
Yeah, it's weird that I see a lot of people saying like, well, he probably didn't even expect him to hit him. That's why it's like, nah, dog. When a man approaches you with that type of, you know what y'all was doing back and forth. Once he approaches you, you got to be on guard. I don't care if you think he gonna swing on you or not. You still got to be ready for it if he walks up on you like that. But man, he pushed him and Draymond hauled off, laid him flat. I think he knocked him out. It looked like he knocked him out.
The only reason I wouldn't say, or the only reason I haven't thought about the knockout situation is just because the video gold of that. Right. I feel like if that was in there, they would have left that video running where you see him laying there.
But I think when you see Draymond try to catch him, it looked like he tried to catch him from falling on the ground. That's what I seen it where it looked like to me. It was like, oh, he tried to like catch him before he fell all the way out because he stuck him. He stuck him pretty good.
Yeah, I was gonna say he folded him. Yeah, he folded him whether he was knocked out cold or not.
He was going to the ground.
Yeah,
he was going to the ground.
It was vicious. It was vicious.
Yeah.
So I want to go back to this point though because you brought it up. You mentioned what you said.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with what you said in that. Anytime you're like face-to-face confrontation with somebody, there has to be an expectation that it could escalate.
Exactly.
Particularly once there's been a push involved.
Exactly.
So 100% agree that he's got to like, you got to be prepared for whatever might happen at that point in time.
Yeah.
I do classify it slightly as a sucker punch. Sucker punch usually is going to be reserved for like a non-look.
Yeah, you don't see it coming at all.
Right. So in that sense, it doesn't qualify.
I think this happened sometime before. It was something else that happened. I think we had an argument over if it was a sucker punch or not.
It does sound familiar.
I feel like we talked about it on the pod. I can't remember what it was, but it was something like that. But it was like a face-to-face joint, like you're saying right now, like it was a sucker punch. But it's like, if it's face-to-face, then it's no longer a sucker punch. You can say it's sucker punch. The only person that's going to say it's a sucker punch is the person that got hit. Because you weren't expecting it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think anybody else can say it's a sucker punch when y'all was going back and forth. He walked up on you. You pushed him. Now, any other response that comes now, you just got to be prepared for it, no matter what it is, even if he did nothing. Like, you still got to be prepared for what comes back from that.
Well, I think that is the case. Yeah. And I think from this point forward, I don't think there will be an instance where Poole is in an altercation with a teammate where he's not ready to fight.
Yeah. I hope he learned his lesson.
But the reason I call it a sucker punch, in my opinion, like I said, it doesn't fit that traditional explanation, whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
But there's something like, there's moments where you know you're about to fight. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. There's arguments that you know are about to get into a fight. And there's other arguments where like you can get even more heated with somebody that you're close with than you would with some random stranger.
Yeah, that's true.
So on the NBA court, like we see every time anybody gets into some kind of quote unquote scuffle on the court, it's always the Jalen Rose hold me back. Mm-hmm. Like nobody wants to fight. It's tough guy shit. We're gonna yell at each other. Yeah. So inside your team,
right?
With like, I believe these guys are close. Like from what I've heard before all this happened, and then the stuff afterwards. Like I do believe Draymond's apology and stuff, which we'll get to. Mm-hmm. But I believe them to be close, and I just think Poole is in the mindset like. How many times do you think they've gone at it in practice where they're like barking at each other? I would assume it's a daily thing.
Because a clip came up from Draymond's podcast talking about something that happened with Poole. And it was like
I saw this.
Something. Did you see that clip when he was talking about Jordan Poole was like getting a little big for his britches type? He was talking shit a little bit, and the team was looking at Draymond to try to like check him or something.
Yeah,
and he didn't. He was just like, "Nah, like if that's how you gonna act.
You say something.
Yeah, you say something back to him. He ain't saying nothing to me." So obviously, Jordan Poole been kind of like been feeling himself for a while now, especially after this season. He went crazy. He probably been feeling himself, talking a little trash. He about to get a new contract and all this shit coming up.
Right.
Obviously, he was feeling himself. Maybe Draymond ain't got enough of him talking this shit then when practice or whatever they doing. So I don't know. I feel like that might happen more often than we know. We just got to see that one. But not with them in particular, but just in practices with teams having little issues. I feel like that happens way more often than we know about.
Well, everything that I've heard from former players and stuff say that.
Right.
Like that there's always a lot of scraps
and
pushes and stuff. I don't think it meets this type of criteria a lot of times, but I forget what else I was listening to. They were talking about like if you're going to be a warrior, it's like a known team thing that you have to be like a thick enough skin that you're going to be able to take Draymond yelling at you.
Right.
Like it's a known thing that's how he is. That's how he leads and so forth. So I don't know. It is what it is. Like at
like you
this
would have
point,
to deal with that if you play with the Warriors.
Right.
At some point, if not all the time.
At this point, now we're at the apology portion, and Draymond had
he didn't even go to the podcast first. He went to the media.
I thought he gave a good explanation of that as to why he did it that way. Look, man, I'm not somebody that like struggles to apologize if I'm in the wrong, and I don't have an issue with accepting somebody's apology.
Right.
If I believe that they like genuinely mean what they're saying.
Yeah.
What I got from Draymond is I do believe that he genuinely meant what he said.
Okay.
And from what I've heard, like we were just saying, across any sport, when you talk about football, baseball, basketball, all of them talk about the in-house stuff that happens. And I think this is something that they can recover from. I don't think that this is a situation where one of them gets shipped out because I do believe Draymond is important enough. He's not Jordan.
Right.
He's not giving you the 30 points a game type thing that you would say, hey, I'm sorry, Poole, but this is our guy.
He's on the end of his career type shit, too. Like, he probably ain't got any more max contracts coming his way.
No, probably not. Probably not. But I think he's too valuable to the team for them to be like, you fucked up, you got to go.
Yeah.
And honestly, Poole is too much of a surprise talent that they found that I think they worked this out. I think they're a veteran enough team that you get Steph, you get Clay, get some guys that have been around to be like, we're going to work through this. Yeah. Y'all got to resolve your shit. Whatever Poole needs to do to be able to resolve this, I don't know. But
I definitely agree. I think they can bounce back from it, just the team that they are with all them veterans or whatever. But I've been hearing a lot of little whispers about how Kerr and Curry was not really feeling that shit about how Draymond stole on them. Like on some shit like they thought that was just over the line, cross the line, like you didn't even have to take it there. So obviously that was not a level that Draymond takes to a teammate that often where he's going to haul off and hit him type of shit. Might get into arguments, a little back and forths and shit, but so they've been saying, I don't know if it's any truth to it. It said that Curry really was not fucking with that shit at all. Draymond did shit to Poole.
I believe that's probably true. Yeah. Do you think there's something to try to think of how to word this? Because I think they fall in this category and I think I fall in this category where if you were brought up or raised, there's different views on fighting depending on how you're raised.
Right.
There's a lot of people that are raised that like you defend yourself at all times and you don't tolerate disrespect. It is what it is. Yeah. And there's a lot of people that didn't come up around that and didn't fight. Yeah. So I think they have like a lower tolerance for fighting, whereas like Curry may look at this and be like, there's no excuse for you to do this to a teammate. We're on the same team kind of thing, where Draymond may be more of the background like, nah, I was wrong. But like, this is just what happens. Sometimes brothers fight and it is what it is. Right. You know what I'm saying? Do you think that's true?
In a sense, but it's like, even if you don't like fighting that much, it's not like Jordan was trying to fight you. It'd be something different if Jordan was showing that energy, like he was trying to fight. He was trying to get you about his space or whatever, and then you reacted. It is what it is. That's what happened. But the fact that Jordan wasn't giving that energy that he was trying to tussle with you makes it like, all right, dog, like you're supposed to be the veteran. You got to be the bigger person in this situation, even if y'all is having words. Like you can't just haul off and steal them. Like that's going to be hard to come back from. Even if y'all do try to amend it to get through the season, Jordan gonna keep it in the back of his mind, yo, you slept me, bro. Like out of nowhere. Like you gonna feel a way about that. You ain't gonna forget that. That ain't gonna be something that's just gonna be like, all right, we're gonna practice next week and it's gonna be cool. So I mean, I can see them feeling like that level. Like Draymond, we expect you to be a leader of this team. You can't be reacting and acting like that to one of our younger guys that's coming up that's actually going to be our future. Like
for sure,
that's not cool because Jordan could want to leave after that. Jordan might not want to stay there no more after being disrespected like that. Now you fucked up their future guy right there because you wanted to be, I guess defend yourself. Well, not really defend yourself, but haul off and steal them or whatever. So I don't know.
But that kind of leads to. You had a little bit different take on, say they can't resolve this. Say the two of them just can't coexist at this point. Yeah. What do you do if you're the Warriors?
I think they would be stupid if they let Poole go and keep Draymond. I understand how big he's been to this team, but I think you can move past him. I think you'll be all right without him.
Do you?
I think they'll be all right without him. They get their boy, what's that rookie that didn't play that shit? Wiseman back. They got the inside man. They got a younger core now to play behind him or whatever. I think they can move past Draymond at this point. He's been great. He's a Hall of Famer for y'all. He's gonna be in that or whatever it is. But you seen what Poole did last year.
He did. I don't want to say
seen him the other day. The preseason game like it was yesterday, going crazy again. I was like, yo, you can't let that go. That dude is nice.
But let me make an argument against that.
Yeah.
Because I don't think any of this is gonna play out. I think they both stay no big deal.
Right.
But I look at it from the perspective of what could they afford to lose more. And from the team perspective of the Warriors, what they have is shooting and scoring. Mm-hmm. What they don't have is defense and big man. So I understand Wiseman could come back. He could be good. Looney is turning into a solid player, but we've seen Draymond does. He brings to the table what they can't replace as easily.
That's true.
Whereas as great of a scorer as we just saw Poole turn into, they've got guys that could do that.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't think it could lead to Draymond's exit, but we shall see.
Yeah, we will. I think we will. I think something will happen. Maybe not immediately. Maybe not even this season, but next off season, when it's time for Poole to get his new contract in or whatever, there's gonna be some talks about that. They're gonna have to deal with that.
Yeah, no, for sure.
They're gonna have to deal with that.
And I do think last point I wanted to make. I think the video coming out makes it so much worse for the Warriors. Mm-hmm. For all parties involved.
Yeah.
Because Draymond looks worse than he does when you just hear it's an altercation. Mm-hmm. Poole looks worse in some regards as far as the people that think he's a punk or will try to punk him moving forward.
Yeah,
because they saw the way he got hit. Mm-hmm. But if it just stays as an altercation and all we're seeing is the words in writing, this story is going next week and nobody cares. So.
Yeah, we would already forgot about it.
Absolutely.
Video definitely makes it worse, but what can you do?
Yeah, what can you do?
What can you do?
Good stuff. Crazy. Well, we had another week of football.
We did.
Another wacky week of football.
Shit was all over the place. A little bit.
Thursday was one of the worst games I've ever watched in my entire football life. So
shit was horrible.
I don't have anything to say on this other than, is Russell Wilson not any good anymore?
No.
I mean, bro, at this point, it's hard to say that he is still good.
After that game, Schefter reported that apparently Russell been playing with an injury in his shoulder or something that allowed him to throw how he's supposed to throw. They say it happened in the second quarter of the last game, but he played like great at the end of that game against Vegas or whatever.
Oh, it was just the week before that happened.
Yeah. Okay. So apparently he's out of injury. Maybe that's why he ain't getting the throws where he's supposed to get them. At the same time, that may be true, but we seeing the throws that he's trying to make Like he's making the wrong call on the throws that he's trying to make, even if you're not getting it there or it's off.
It's not even going to the right guy.
It's like who you throwing the ball to.
Yeah.
So it's not even about how well he's throwing the ball. It's about him just being a smart quarterback in the situations he's in. He's not putting up points, not getting down the field like we've seen Russ do in the past. I don't know. It may be the injury, but it looks like they just gave away about $250 million to a guy that's not going to do nothing for you.
It 100% does, son. Now, their coach is terrible.
Yeah,
their coach is awful. There's no telling how much of a part he plays into it.
Right.
But they have two solid receivers. Like, it's not like Russ can't throw to anybody. He probably has better weapons now than he has the majority of these past couple of years in Seattle.
Yeah.
But to me, he's playing bad, of course. We'll see what happens with that. But the end of the game, the end of the game when they, I don't remember even all the specifics, but I know they had a shot at the end zone on fourth down, I believe it was, and they end up losing the game. And the receiver's reactions when he made the pass, like they're slamming helmets, they're looking crazy, they're screaming, they're yelling. After the post game, he gets shit on, of course, for playing a terrible game, and he's still doing this, hey, Broncos country, let's ride. And it's just like, this dude just doesn't. He just doesn't get it.
I heard he gets treated like royalty in Denver. Like he has his own office in the arena. Like he's like separated from the team.
Oh, that's not good.
Like they treat him like he a king over there.
That's not good.
It's like your team is not gonna fuck with you, dog.
No,
you're not playing well, and you're getting treated like you're the king, and you ain't done nothing in Denver yet. Like
not gonna happen, bro.
Nah, bro, it's not gonna last too long. That's kind of wild.
He's sports logic.
Sports logic.
Tell me he's not.
He's sports
logic. He's the NFL logic. Logic the rapper.
Yeah. I can see it.
He's not a cool guy.
Nah.
He's a goofball.
Right.
But rather than just kind of trying to embrace the goofball, going more the Kirk Cousins route, he like desperately wants to tell you, you know, Sierra's my wife. I got swag. I got a chain. I'm the cool guy. I do these Subway commercials. Like he's just I want to like him because I like to defend people that get made fun of for being dorks.
Right.
Like I'm a ride for those people because some people just are like that.
Yeah.
Not everybody has to be the cool guy.
It's cool you being a dork and you was actually playing well.
Yeah, that also helps.
Now y'all just hating because he nice. He was being nice. Now you ass on the field, so it's like you a dork and you not playing good. You gotta get that shit together.
You're a dork and you're trying to not be a dork. Just own that shit, man. Be you.
Yeah.
But yeah, that game was awful.
Yeah, gotta get that out of here, man. Another weak ass Thursday night game.
Hey, I'm just going down the line right here. I wasn't going to go right ahead to this, but just in order of how ESPN's got the games, I have nothing to say about the Panthers game this week other than before the game started, I wrote down.
Yeah, your diary.
We're about to get smashed. This will be enough to get Matt Rule fired. He's gone by Tuesday morning.
Called it. Well, you've been calling it before the season even started.
Well, I mean, he was on a hot seat. I didn't not Nostradamus anything or nothing, but Matt Rule gets fired today. Thank God.
Saturday.
It's gonna be interesting, man. I'm excited that he's gone because he clearly wasn't a good NFL coach. 11 and 27 or something in his career, and 1 in 28 when the Panthers gave up 17 points.
Damn.
So, it's not a lot of points to give up in the NFL. If we've got to hold teams to 16 to be able to win, it's not a good thing. Sheesh. What I'm concerned with right now is, I don't know if you saw this. You won't want to see it.
What's that?
The Bills have put in the call already to inquire about a trade for McCaffrey.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, there's a widespread thought that at this point...
What are they giving up to get him, though?
Well, they would have to give up... I don't know. They're going to have to give up some stuff, but there's widespread thoughts right now around the league that the Panthers may free sale a whole gang of players to go full rebuild. I have no problems with that, and to be honest with you, I think moving McCaffrey is the right move.
At this point.
Yeah, we're not close enough to being good. He costs a lot. If they can get any return for him, I think that's a better option. At this point, I think the Panthers have Jeremy Chin, Brian Burns, J.C. Horn, DJ Moore. Those are the 4 untouchable pieces, in my opinion. And anybody else that can acquire any trade value, you do it.
Yeah.
We've got to rebuild it, and they got to get a quarterback. But
please don't send them to Buffalo.
Yeah, that would be just a disaster for the rest of the league.
The one thing that they at weekend, they going to get one of the best running back in the league to fill the spot. Like, what you going to do with the offense then?
Be concerned, bro, because we have this thing with the Bills.
Yeah.
Where we send players to the Bills. They have our old coach, our defensive coordinator as their head coach.
Right.
And almost every player that's left the Panthers has gone to the Bills. There's an open line of communication. So AFC, be concerned.
Jeez. All these fucking stars in the AFCs now. That's not on the Patriots.
Right, son.
We ain't got none of them.
I know you're not excited about that, but
it's all good.
We'll see. We'll see what happens with that. Congratulations to the Panthers, though, for moving on. We'll see what happens. And we got ourselves a black king at coach now.
Oh, yeah? Yeah, she's going to turn around. He turn around the season.
Yeah, interim coach. He went 3-13 with the Cardinals a couple of years back.
Okay. Hey,
but shout out Steve Wilkes. Let's talk about your boys, though.
Hey.
It was a good week for you. Good week to be a Patriot fan.
Guys, a shutout. I'm fucking loving that. I love when the Patriots get a shutout. That means that defense is rolling.
Hell yeah. Did you get to watch any of this one?
I watched some of it. I was in and out of it. The stream that I had. But I'm always reminded every new season when we like let certain guys go and move on to the next season why I should just always trust Belichick and what he does and why he lets people go.
I know where this is going.
We let J.C. Jackson go after having he was second in picks last year or leading in picks last year.
Yeah,
we're crazy. I was upset about it. Let him go to the Chargers. Haven't really heard much from J.C. Jackson this season. Hasn't really heard his name at all. I don't think he has any picks on the season yet.
He was hurt the first couple of weeks.
He was,
maybe the first 2.
He was
but
hurt.
I think he's been back since then. No, their defense is kind of weak.
It's been a little quiet for J.C. And we drafted this guy, Jack Jones.
He's a rookie.
Rookie.
I didn't know that. I've been hearing about the corner that y'all have, though.
Rookie, dog. And that boy is a monster.
Wow, rookie. That's nice.
He is a beast.
Where's he from?
Auburn.
Okay. SEC,
and he is a beast, and I'm loving everything. Every game he just started. Got to start, I think, last week. This is his second start or some shit like that. And he already got 2 picks.
Very nice.
Early.
Very nice.
I'm like, oh yeah, we got us another one. And in his rookie contract, we got him for at least the next 3 years.
Do y'all have a defensive coordinator?
It's Bill.
Okay.
Bill, the defensive coordinator. But that boy looked good, man. I was looking good.
Did the Lions turn it over?
Yeah.
Obviously, they didn't score, but I didn't watch any of the game. I don't know if they were.
I think the first touchdown was a Kyle Duggar fumble recovery. Judon had hit Goff, fumbled that shit.
Gotcha.
Duggar took it to the house. Duggar had been a beast, too. I like him.
Nice.
But our defense looking solid, man. We did what we had to do. I know it's against the Lions. People say this, that, and the third, but the Lions averaged 35 points a game for the first 4 weeks.
Yeah,
they've been lighting it up.
Coming into this week, they're the leading scoring offense.
They've been putting up 35 points a game for the first 4 weeks, and we just shut them boys out. That shit is great.
Yeah.
That shit is great to me. I take it. Zappe, whatever you want to call him. He did all right. Did decent. Didn't do too much, but
what the numbers look like?
17 for 21, 188, 1 touchdown, 1 pick.
Oh, I ain't mad at that.
I ain't mad at it at all.
90-something completion percentage.
Boy, Dame Harris went down, but that boy Ramondre.
Dog.
Ramondre came in and went crazy.
I had Harris getting touchdowns and multiple picks.
Me too.
He went down early.
Me too. I was like, God damn, Ramondre gonna go dumb today. He scored, but he had 161 yards, 25 touches. He had a 9-yard long run or whatever in the game. That boy Ramondre, nice.
Is he a second year?
Yeah.
I remember just first hearing about him for the first time last year. Mm-hmm. Where is he from?
Oklahoma.
I mean, that's a name I feel like I should know. Mm-hmm. Oklahoma running back. But, hey, that's what's up. That's what's up. I didn't see anything, so I can't even comment on anything y'all did.
Yeah, it wasn't too crazy. Well, like I said, our first score went to I think it was a second quarter, and that was a defensive score. So we won't allow scoring starting off, but then we got rolling once we got on the boards. Defense look elite. I like it. That's some promising stuff right there from when Matt come back. The defense keep playing like that. Gotta like it.
That's what's up.
At least we can, especially the way these teams panning out right now, we might be able to still squeak in them playoffs a little bit. I don't know.
Yeah. The AFC West is taking a dive for you, so that helps out a lot. I also heard somebody talking about Dan Campbell this morning, and they made a really good point that I'm hoping isn't the case. But they were like, "Yo, I love Dan Campbell. He seems like a great guy to be around. Seems like a coach you want to play for and everything. But like it's been." They're off to 1-4 now at this point, even with all the points they scored and stuff. Obviously, they were terrible last year.
Gotta win games.
Just every single week, he just steps in front of the podium and he's like, it starts with me. We've got to get better. I've got to do this. And you start to wonder if like he's a great motivator, but like not really coach. A head coach. Right. Yeah, because like he got everybody excited about the Lions, but
like I said, they've been putting up points.
Yeah, you can't score that much and not win games at all. I don't know. He may not be the guy.
Do that.
We shall see.
It's tough. But got the dub.
Giants, Packers. I don't.
We probably should just talk about the whole NFC East all together.
Literally what I was about to say. I was like, I caught some of the game, but I wasn't. I was up doing stuff in the morning, so forget that game. It was a shocking win from the Giants over the Packers.
They did.
But the NFC East? I just question myself immediately. NFC East, son. Cowboys are 4-1. Giants are now 4-1, and the Eagles are 5-0.
It's nuts.
Now I believe 100% in the Eagles.
Right? Yeah, you was on the Eagles.
Cowboys, I believe in as well, just because I've thought they've got the talent.
That defense is crazy.
We're gonna have to talk about Dak in just a second.
That defense is crazy.
But do we really think that the Giants are good? I can't tell.
I think the Giants is definitely the fluke out of the bunch.
Okay.
By far. Because I didn't even realize they was 3-1 until after they beat the Packers.
Right.
And I was like, oh shit, the Giants are 4-1. I think I said it in the chat. I was like, yo, who would have thought the Giants would be like this, and the Eagles, of course, but the Giants especially.
The Giants beat the Titans, the Panthers, lost to the Cowboys, Bears, and Packers. So they have 3 wins that mean almost nothing.
Almost.
But the Packers win is huge.
The Packers is the biggest one for sure. Even though the Packers ain't the old Packers, but
right, not quite the same.
Still, like we almost beat them with our third string quarterback last week. We almost beat them. So
that should tell you something.
Know what I'm saying? Like, all right. We got our third string QB in the game. We almost made it. We went and sent them took it to overtime.
Yeah,
not supposed to happen.
Maybe all 4 wins aren't impressive. They got the Ravens next and the Jaguars.
Yeah.
Now, I don't think the Jags are like a super great test, but if they win both of those, I mean, at that point, you've got to give it up to them. And even if they lose to the Ravens, win the other one.
And the Jags,
5-2.
You might have to start respecting it because Saquon been playing great.
Yeah, I mean, he looks like he's the guy that everybody expected a couple of years ago.
He's playing like he was his rookie year. Again, like he's on the tear.
They just have no receivers. I don't know how they can really be like a good enough offense moving forward without any receiving.
Saquon is their second best receiver in stats, is what I'm seeing. And Slayton is their top guy.
Shepard's done for the year, right?
Shepard's done.
I haven't even heard what's up with Kadarius Toney this year. He was nice last year.
I think they said that he tried to warm up the last game, but he didn't play. I think he might be about to play soon. They know.
Okay. Yeah, that would be helpful. I still have a hard time seeing them putting up enough offense, but...
Yeah, because this is all Saquon. All 3 of the scores is rushing touchdowns.
Yeah.
All almost Saquon and some other running backs, but still. Yeah, I want to say the Giants are the fluke out of the bunch, but if they continue to win, you might have to start respecting.
You're going to have to. You made us respect you.
Even if it is not a great team, you beat the Ravens. I mean, hey, you got to start respecting it. The NFC East is looking like like Word said, the NFC beast right now.
It really is true. It really is true this year. Finally. Eagles played the Cardinals.
Yeah.
In my opinion, they kind of did they kind of played with their food a little bit.
They did.
In that game. That game should have never been as close of a finish as it was. Cardinals end up missing a field goal that would have sent it to overtime, but 5-0 is 5-0. The Cowboys, though, I think they've got there's going to be like a real controversy.
QB controversy?
Yeah.
You think that's why? Because Cooper Rush 5-0?
Yeah. That's a real thing.
It is a real thing.
I mean, like,
people was playing with it like 2 weeks ago, but now it's like they saying Dak supposed to come back this week. They play the Eagles this week. if Dak comes back and stinks it up and y'all lose to the Eagles.
That's what I'm saying. Like, the worst case scenario is that Dak comes back and they lose.
That might be.
If Dak comes back and they lose, the fan base will be having a fit.
Is this about to be a Romo? Is this another Romo?
Yes.
Is this fucking Romo again?
Dog, this was what I was going to mention is I was just listening to this last week. I believe I heard that they were 8-0 or 9-0 under Dak the year that he took Romo's job. Oh, and Romo came back and they kept with Dak. Now there's a difference because Romo was 35 at the time.
Right.
And they knew he was like relatively close to being done.
Yeah.
Where Dak is still a young man. But 5-0 is a real thing, bro.
It's big. It's hard to win games in this league.
They lose one of those, and like 4-1, it's like, all right, yeah, you held it down. Let's get Dak back in there. But undefeated while he's gone.
5-0 is nuts.
That's tough.
It's nuts.
Do you think there's any chance that they would
if Dak's ready to play, they're starting Dak.
All right.
They're definitely going to start Dak. You're paying this guy way too much money. You gave him the bag.
What if you lose?
I don't know. Knowing Jerry Jones, he might bring Rush back if they lose. He might fuck around and bring Rush back, but he like Dak, though.
Yeah.
He really fucks with Dak, so I don't think he'll do Dak like that.
I think they're too invested financially
for
it to be a real thing.
At the end of the day. But if Dak come in the game and he ain't really all the way healed yet, they going to pull him.
Right.
They have no problem with pulling him.
So I think that should be more the way that they play this.
Right.
Look, if Dak is 100% ready to go Sunday, start him.
Yeah.
If Dak is 80% and he's trying to get back from the injury and like, I'm good enough to go now, let's ride.
Yeah.
I think they should say, let's wait another week. Let's really get you healthy now that we have tread water up until this point. Exactly. But yeah, I got a feeling he comes back this week. They lose to the Eagles and it is hell in Dallas. I'm praying for that. That would be amazing. Great content.
That would be crazy.
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
Can you imagine all week just listening to Skip and Shannon and everybody?
They're going to go at it. They're going to go at it if they lose when Dak come back.
It would be incredible, man.
But the thing is, they possibly will lose either way because the Eagles are just on this run right now.
They might just be better.
So it's like he will be getting it just because the Eagles are better.
Yeah.
Obviously, we can see the Eagles are just a tad bit better than the Cowboys. So I think they will probably lose a rush in there too, but just the fact that he's coming back and that would be their first loss after going on that streak with Rush, it's like, it's not a good look.
Nah, it's
not a good look. It's not going to look good for Dak. You got to, to give a little credit to Dak, their passing game hasn't been that great. Like Rush's play is consistent enough to where he's not losing the games, but he's not playing like lights out. Right. He's not putting up numbers that Dak can put up. So, with that regard, that could come in and hadn't affect the game better like that. But at the end of the day, you winning games. That's what you want is to get W's. I don't care how many fucking touchdowns or yards you put up. Right. You get the dub at the end of the day. So that's what it all comes down to for that. But they can't do that like that. Too much money on the line.
I agree. I hope that's what happens. But secretly, I think the Cowboys are going to be a good pick this week. Coming up against the Eagles.
It might be.
You know how hard it is to go undefeated. It's just a good first real tough defense. Like they're going to lose to somebody.
Yeah, somebody got to
Why not be the Cowboys?
Somebody got to take them.
Cowboys smacked up the Rams.
He did.
By the way, in that game. And the Rams have the lowest. It's either the lowest. Their offense is terrible. That's what I'm getting at.
The Rams are looking pretty ass this year.
It's either their yards per game or their points per game is like the only team worse than the Panthers.
That's the only team they put up more than 10 points on was the Falcons.
There you go.
That's nuts.
Cup's the only guy that catches any balls. He's the only one that gets any balls thrown to him.
They did beat the Cardinals 20-12, but the Cardinals been ass.
Yeah, they scored 20. Yeah. That was their big breakout game. Come on, that should be a breakout half.
I think the Rams are just one dimensional. It's Cooper Kupp or bust. You got to be able to get the ball to Allen Robinson or somebody else got to step up. But you can't just be Cooper Kupp or bust.
Nah, I love Cooper.
Like, he's going to have some good plays. He's going to do a Cooper Kupp stuff, but you're not going to put up a lot of points like that.
Nah, completely.
Teams can dominate on you.
And Stafford has looked terrible.
Yeah.
On top of it.
Yes.
Have you seen some of the video of Allen Robinson, though?
I haven't really.
There's been like legitimate criticism of like they have to get him involved and he's not getting open.
Right. Okay.
There's some questions right now that I've been hearing about whether or not he has the ability to do what they got out of OBJ last year.
I mean, he's not that type of receiver.
Get himself open kind of thing. Yeah,
like
I don't know if they didn't realize that or
he's
what.
He's a down the field guy. He's not going to mix you up on the routes and get open underneath. He's not that type of receiver. So it's like, if y'all expecting that, y'all never going to get that. You're never going to get that out of Robinson.
Could have just kept Woods, bro.
Yeah.
They could have not signed Robinson and kept Woods, and they'd be better off.
Woods and Kupp, that little tandem they had for them a couple of years was a problem. Both of them could get open so easily. They was playing the inside so well. It was just like, because they should have kept him. They probably should have kept OBJ, and I know he had that knee injury and shit, but you're not going to get that out of Robinson. Al Robinson needs the ball down the field. That's where he excels at.
I agree.
So, I don't know. Rams look terrible.
I think OBJ is going to be very interesting in a couple of weeks.
Oh yeah, he's going with somebody.
Yeah, you've seen the teams that he's considering.
Yeah, all the best ones.
Right. Why wouldn't you? You're coming back midway through the season, but like, just think that randomly some team in the middle of a playoff hunt is going to be like, we just added OBJ. And what if it's the Packers are the one that I think is the most
team, though. Like, don't go to the Bills. Don't go to the Chiefs. Go to like the Ravens or something. I would like to see that.
I think the Ravens or the Packers would be the most interesting.
Ravens or the Packers. That would be interesting just to mix it up. Don't go to one of the heavy loaded offensive teams.
Don't go to Baltimore though. I got that Super Bowl bet with Carl. Let's not do that.
I would like him to go to one of those teams just so it even shit out and he going to the good quarterback or whatever.
Right.
That would be interesting.
Well, send him to the Packers.
Come to the Patriots. We still want you. We've been waiting on you for about 6, 7, 8 years.
I bet you have.
Come on back over. Come on over here. I know Brady ain't over here no more, but shit, we can make something happen with you.
Yeah. It'll be interesting whenever he chooses. For sure.
His ass would go fucking play with Brady, though. That would be something he would do.
Yeah, watch. No, I'm very about it. I'm very prepared that whoever he chooses is going to be a team that pisses me off. I can already feel it.
I could definitely see it being Brady. Especially how their receivers have been playing too well this year.
Well, he better not hit Brady too hard because if he does, it's a 15-yard penalty, even if you get a clean sack. We got to talk about the end of that game.
Guys is upset about that, yo.
That shit was terrible. It won me a bet. I needed Tampa to win. Right. So I'm glad it happened the way it did. That call roughing the passer was horrendous.
It was a bad. I won't say it's a horrendous call. It's just that much worse because it was Brady.
That's true, but it can still be a horrendous call.
It wasn't that bad of a call. I seen the same call happen on it was fucking Matt Stafford. He was throwing the ball.
Another white quarterback getting favorable calls.
It was Matt Stafford. I know it. Ain't no refs favoring Matt Stafford. They don't give a fuck how many times he got fucking fucked up in Detroit. So he was throwing the ball and the man was like literally rushing at him. They said he like jumped into his chest or something when he hit him and he got a roughing the passer flag. It looked like it was simultaneous with him throwing. It looked like they could have let that shit fly, but they didn't. They called it. They got the 2 yards on it. I was like, see, that was Brady. It was like, oh, he's giving but it wasn't a big deal. It was like, all right, we're supposed to be protecting the quarterbacks, and that's what it's been. The only people that they let get hit like that are running quarterbacks.
But protect from what? On that hit, that Brady hit,
they slammed on the ground.
He tackled him.
He did tackle him. He did tackle him. But any excess that you do to the quarterback is going to get called.
It was so terrible. I respect your devil's advocate going on right now. It was so bad. That should have been the sack that finished the drive. And then there's no telling if the Falcons can actually get the ball back and go score.
So it was even more like gave them another.
They may not have won that game at all, but
Brady
that was
not look good this year. Whew. That divorce coming crazy in him right now.
What did numbers look like? Last week he balled.
35-52. He had 351, 1 TD. Didn't throw no picks. But it's just, I don't know. That's a lot of incompletions to me. A lot of throwing the ball to be like.
It is.
And only get 1 TD out of that, 350 yards.
Yeah, I wasn't watching close enough to like really tell what the issue was. But I mean, that's back-to-back games now. I feel like I'm pretty sure it's back-to-back games. He's going over 350.
But the thing I think when I called the Bucks going to the Super Bowl again this year, is because no matter how bad the Bucks play, as they come out with wins, because they're still getting the wins, they're going to be in contention of getting into that spot.
Yeah.
And that's all they need to do is pull out these wins. They ain't got to play crazy, stupid stats, put up crazy numbers, a whole lot of points and shit. If they can get wins, they'll be in contention still.
Well, that's the thing that I've been saying.
The one thing nobody wants is to see Brady in the playoffs.
No, 100%. 100%. That's the thing that I've been saying to Carl anytime he's brought up the Bucks and stuff. Yeah. I don't think that they're great either. I agree with him. Right. But you look at the NFC, and you've got the teams that we just talked about in the NFC East. Mm-hmm. The Vikings are 4-1 atop their division. The 49ers are 3-2 atop their division. The NFC is just weak, and the Bucks got enough veteran good players. They're going to finish with 11 or 12 wins. I'm telling you.
7 spots. Yeah. 7 spots now.
I'm telling you, they're going to get 12 wins. They're just going to keep racking up dubs against these tems that are not good.
Yeah.
But hey, whatever.
It is what it is.
That call was tough.
It was though. Can't lie.
I don't have anything
Somebody said
else.
The Commanders are worse than the Redskins.
That's tough.
I thought that was funny.
Oh, I did have something from today's press conference for them.
What happened?
Did you see what Rivera said?
No.
They asked the question was something to the effect of, the guy kind of set up the question. He was like, looking at the other quarterback or the other teams in the NFC East, everybody's doing really well. What do you think the biggest difference between those teams and the Commanders are? You know what his answer was? What? One word.
Wins?
Quarterback.
Wow.
That's fucking rough.
That's tough.
After he asked it, or after he answered
Even if it's the truth, it's still tough to hear you say that to the press.
After he answered it, the guy's like kind of trying to get him to expand it on a little bit, and he immediately tries to like take it back a little bit. Yeah. He's like, you look at the continuity of these other teams. They've had guys at quarterback, and he's like, Wentz has had a couple of games where he hasn't played well, but he's our guy, and he like tried to give him some support afterwards.
Yeah, you already said
but that initial thought was, quarterback, my guy.
Yeah.
Our quarterback sucks.
Y'all know what it is? He just lost the game again. Like, y'all just seen this shit. We all just seen that shit. We're on the 2-yard line, threw another pick and lose the game. Come on.
It's got to be hard out here for Wentz. Yeah, it's crazy the difference between teams that can't find a quarterback and the ones that got him.
That shit is tough, man.
As much as I did not like Rule, you look at the quarterbacks he threw out during his tenure.
Yeah,
we put in Teddy Bridgewater, Cam, Darnold, Mayfield, Walker. Who the fuck is he supposed to beat with those guys? I mean, it is what it is. But these teams that can't find a quarterback gonna suck until they do. Bears suck. All the teams that don't have a quarterback.
I might feel like we might have dodged a bullet with Fields.
Yeah,
we might have dodged a bullet with Fields.
I wanted him so bad.
I was so hype on Fields. We might have dodged a bullet with that dude. He ain't looking good at all.
But then again, it's also hard to tell. Is that because the Bears are fucking him?
Yeah.
Like, could he go somewhere else and be a decent quarterback? I don't know.
Who knows?
Last game of the night was the Ravens-Bengals.
Yeah. Game Pittsburgh.
You have anything from that one?
Not really. I need to start learning my lesson because I see these matchups. I be thinking like, oh, it's gonna be lights out. They're gonna be running it up. It never happens. It always turns into this defensive battle of going back and forth of who's gonna get the first score or some shit like that. It was a terrible game to watch for the most part. A couple good plays, but it wasn't nothing worth talking about. It was just a good division battle, I guess.
Yeah, honestly, up and Lamar. Yeah. Lamar played. He looked bad.
Yeah,
he looked bad last night. He missed so many open, like deep plays that would have been touchdowns.
Right.
that game shouldn't even really been close. But once you put Tucker out there, you knew it was a wrap.
He missing Bateman bad, huh?
Apparently so. I didn't know he was out.
Bateman been his guy. Yeah, he hurt. He didn't play that game.
Didn't even catch that.
Bateman said, I was fucking with Duvernay.
Yeah.
He stepped up a little bit, but he didn't score nothing. But yeah, I don't know, man. They need Bateman is good.
Yeah.
Bateman has played really good for them. I still think they need like a second guy. Just to even shit out. Because shit is like, with him not playing, it's like they couldn't even move the ball, it seemed like.
Yeah. Yeah, well,
still got Andrews. I mean, he had 8 catches for 89, but TD. But that's what you got to lean on to do all your production in the air.
Right. But it's not going to change, though. There's nobody they're going to pick up mid-season that's going to change anything like that unless OBJ. He literally is their savior.
Yeah, right there waiting. I don't know, man.
I don't either.
Or somebody can, scoop up, put that shit on. Pick at that boy AB.
Oh.
That would be crazy.
No.
Somebody surprisingly just picked him up out of nowhere.
Nah, fuck that. Fuck AB. No, I'm glad you mentioned this because I had a notebook at home that I was jotting down stuff for the pod throughout the day, and I left it at the house.
Yeah.
We didn't talk about AB.
What happened? What AB do?
The last 2 weeks.
What
He's been in the news for nonstop. So
I've been seeing people putting that shit on every single weekend.
That was one.
They've been killing the touchdowns on celebrations.
So I believe the first thing was when he got in trouble at the resort. Did you see about this?
I didn't hear about that.
He was revealing his dick to people in the pool.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't hear about this.
Yeah, revealing his dick to people in the pool, and they got video of him shaking his naked ass in a girl's face, and she like swims the opposite direction after it happens. Like he was causing issues, got kicked out of this resort.
Yeah, never mind.
Shortly after that is when the Tom Brady post goes up.
I did see that.
With Giselle hugging AB, and he said whatever he said in the caption. I think that's where he said, put this shit on.
He might have said, put that shit on.
That's the name of his song?
Yeah.
All right, I didn't even understand the caption.
Little dance,
But he's putting up the Giselle post.
Yeah.
After Brady,
After
a weird thing.
Lawyers,
after Brady did so much for him. It's crazy the way he treats Brady. But he does the Giselle post, and then this week he posted some other shit about like a kid's book. It was like a cover of a kid's book talking about daddy's not going to be home.
What?
It was another shot at Brady.
Oh, it was another one at Brady?
Yeah.
Oh. Well, I mean, we all obviously see when he was doing interviews that he has an issue with Brady when he left.
Yeah.
He felt like Brady was supposed to defend him, hold him down and shit like that. Yeah. So he feel how he feel about Brady, but this is dirty that you're doing that shit to him, though. Like,
just crazy.
That's unnecessary.
The last thing is he has a lawsuit right now for selling somebody a fake Richard Mille.
I did see that too.
Yeah.
I did see that too.
Dude is a clown. I'm kind of glad we didn't talk about him, but he had so much stuff going on. Yeah. He has been present in the
news. I missed a few of them things, but I mean, that sounds like some AB behavior.
It's very clown behavior.
He's turned up a little bit more when he's hanging around that boy Jeezy.
The other clown behavior.
He probably turned it up on a whole nother level now. But yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, the transition just kind of set itself up there. We're pretty much ready to be done with football anyway and get into music. I know we were gonna do the reaction first, but you want to do Kanye first?
Let's do Kanye.
Let's do Kanye first.
Go ahead and do it.
I'm gonna need you to lead this discussion.
I don't even know where to start.
There's
I think a couple weeks ago I came in here and told y'all he was a fraud and he's a little bit on the spectrum. We gotta stop well, first of all, it's not going to stop. Kanye's never going to stop doing Kanye shit. He's at a point now where nobody can tell him any different to do whatever he wants to do. He's going to do that shit. So it's going to be more. It's not going to stop. But I guess the biggest issue with his hand was at his fashion show. They was wearing the White Lives Matter shirts. I wasn't even tripping out the White Lives Matter shirts because it's like, this is just some Kanye shit. It's like when you put on the Trump hats. All right, he's doing some shit for attention, which we can go back a couple weeks ago. I wore he'll do anything for attention. He's just intellectual. I wish he was here to defend this shit.
No, I'm so glad he's not. I love you, Carl, but that's a ridiculous argument to ever
he's
make.
He's gonna keep doing shit for attention. This is what Kanye does.
I agree.
Does the White Lives Matter shit, and then throughout the week goes to like 5-6 different interviews and talks about it. It's like he knew he was going to talk about this shit. That's why he did it. So y'all could talk to him about the shit. And he gives a different answer each time about why he did the shirts. This is all a different explanation every time. So it shows he just be talking out his ass just to talk. And it's like, I fuck with Kanye musically. It is what it is. That's why we all fuck with Kanye, is because his music was fucking genius level shit. I've never fucked with anything else Kanye has ever done outside of music. I don't like his clothes. I ain't never liked none of his shoes. I never liked nothing that he does outside of it.
You don't like none of the shoes?
I never really liked them. I think it was just ugly.
There's a couple that I thought looked cool, but
the Red Octobers, the Nike joints, them just is fire.
The Red October.
I fuck with them.
All right,
any of the Adidas, the foams, the runners, the little sleeve looking joints.
The black Yeezys look fire.
I can't.
And honestly, I kind of like the like off-white looking one, but like the things that I would never buy. Right. I'm with you in that I've never gotten into Kanye fashion or any of the other stuff that he's offered outside of music.
It's not my thing. I get it. People gonna buy his Jeezy. He's influential. Right. Yada yada yada. We gotta stop attaching his musical genius to everything else he does. Because I don't think anything else he does is genius at all. I think it's all ignorant and stupid. It's just he uses his celebrity and how famous he is and everything else to persuade people to do what he wants them to do. I think he abuses that shit often on either side that he plays it to, and that's where it gets irritating. It's like, a few years ago I said I won't mess with him and I was trashing his music. His music wasn't good, but he was just doing sucker shit along with it. It's like, yo, what are you doing? He's always promoting something. He's always trying to sell something. Always trying to get some attention. So he's hinting at running for president again. All right, bro, we get it, man. You just gonna use any sense of your celebrity to your advantage in any given moment, and it doesn't matter who is affected by it or how people feel about it. You're just gonna do it because and then try to make people feel bad about you whenever you're not getting something that you want, like your kids, your wife, your status in fashion. It's like, dog, they ain't got nothing to do with us. Stop thinking like we gonna do something to support you and what you doing. You don't give a shit about us. You just give a shit about what you trying to do and the moves that you trying to make and whatever endeavors that you have signings with or dealings with. Shit is ignorant to see. I don't know how else to put it. Like
I wouldn't disagree with anything you said. I wouldn't disagree with anything you said. And when he started going on his Christian journey, if you will, I was I've explained this 100 times. Mm-hmm. He lost me on the music for a little bit, and then I kind of came back. But I liked that he was trying to. It seemed like at least at one point in time, like he was kind of trying to figure out his life a little bit. Maybe that was the only time that I really kind of bought into something other than music. Mm-hmm. But in general, these are the type of people I don't like.
In hindsight, does that look like he did it as another notch in his belt? Or do you think he was really on this journey, this Christianity journey? And
I still believe Kanye to be a genuine person in all of his actions. My opinion of him, or what I think he is like, I do believe that he believes the stuff that he says. So I do take him kind of at face value for the Christian time or whatever you want to call about it. But he's so obsessed with himself that it's very difficult. I mean, Christianity is really centered around like you not being the most important person. Everybody else is more important. Right. So I think it's difficult to marry those two concepts of I am Kanye and everything is about Kanye and all this Jesus stuff. Yeah. And honestly, it pisses me off when he goes like on these Twitter rants and everything. He's typing up absolute crazy messages, attacking the mother of his child, threatening to like, I don't want to say kill, but like he's threatening like I'll be violent with anybody that wants to like come get some, and then he'll caption the post. That's all the text messages that you're seeing in the photo.
Text messages, personal messages.
But then the caption for the picture is Jesus is love. Right. I'm like, what are you doing,
That's
bro?
That's why it's like you're playing.
This is stupid. So
you shouldn't be playing like that, but you are.
Yeah. So to me, like I said, I agree with everything that you're saying. Yeah. I think his genius is in music and music alone. He's shown that he's not a genius business-wise because he's continually done terrible business deals.
Bad deal after bad deal.
He's kind of shown you that he's not like a genius when it comes to like relating with people, as he alienates himself. And nobody that is friends with him seems to stay friends with him.
Right.
So no, I
Pusha T.
Yeah, and that's
I think Pusha T has a up with him to where it's
very
like,
much.
we ain't gonna cross this situation right here. We're gonna be cool as long as we don't cross this.
Right.
Whatever that is.
But his spot is in jeopardy at some point.
Yeah.
Pusha T's is.
Yeah.
Because if you're not 100% down for Ye, at some point he's gonna cut you off.
Right.
And at some point he's gonna say, Pusha's gonna be like, I'm not rocking with this, and he's gonna be like, fuck Pusha T. I mean, it's gonna happen.
Yeah. Eventually, probably.
So to me, I ignore everything he does at this point.
Yeah.
I think the people that I do think it's funny the amount of outrage that he still gets from people, whether it's the people that used to like him, that are like so deeply affected by what he does now, or if it's by like the people that currently like him and they hang on everything that he does. It just doesn't make sense. He's a person that doesn't operate under any kind of like normal thing.
That's what he wants.
I don't understand being upset by him.
Can't take nothing from Kanye.
No.
That's why he can just do what he wants with no repercussion. Of course, outrage, people can get mad, but that don't mean nothing in his world.
No, that's what he wants.
Yeah, that's exactly what he wants.
Why do you think he would put a White Lives Matter on there? He's looking for a reaction.
Yeah.
So if we all just don't pay any attention to him, then what happens?
And that's easier said than done because people are always going to pay attention to him because it's Kanye.
Well, I think it's easy, like, for us, like, as an individual, like, he's doing dumb shit. It's like, I'm going to cut Kanye off.
Yeah.
But when you're talking about, like, media stuff, if we're looking for something that's going to get clicks, anything I put Kanye's name is going to get clicks. So they're going to keep doing it, and they'll keep bitching about what he does, but they'll cover every moment of it. What are you going to do? Well, as I mentioned, we started last week doing a live reaction to a brand new song. Yeah. This week, we've got one from Lil Baby. I believe you said it just came out today.
Today.
And the song is called Hey.
Album dropping Friday. Lil Baby ain't messing around.
Is that the right song?
Hey.
Yeah. So check it out right now. We're going to pause for a second. We're going to listen and give you a live reaction.
Yes, indeed. Lil Baby. Hey. What you say? Hey.
That hook is fucking awful, son.
That hook is funny, but that beat hard.
The beat is so
hard. That hook is hilarious.
The beat is so hard. That hook is terrible, son. I don't know. That's one, initial reaction. I'll see the rest of the week, like if it's one that kind of just gets caught in your head and you just rock with the song. But that hook is terrible on the first listen. But did he sing like his... Did you notice anything about his... I don't want to say his flow, but his delivery sounded weird?
A little bit. He was trying to double take the flow a little bit more in there. I heard... Wasn't really saying much in the rhymes. It was just pretty basic shit, regular rapper shit he was saying, but typical Baby record.
Do you think he deserves any of the criticism that we give to the Baby and these other guys that we talk about having not enough different sound? Well, me and you can have this conversation now.
Yeah. Brought this up a while ago. He doesn't get it because he's had so much success and he's been considered one of the best out in the game right now.
Yeah.
And Lil Baby doesn't give you as many reasons to hate him as the Baby does.
Right.
So it's
major
like,
difference.
You're never gonna like be ticky-tack. He making the same song because he does nothing to make you hate him. There's nothing to hate Lil Baby about at all. He's always bringing you a hard record. Everything he drops is going up, killing the features. So it's just like, yes, it's redundant sometimes, and he has his sound, and it's always going to continue to sound the same. It is what it is. He's never going to get the hate about because the narrative isn't there of him. Oh, you keep making the same song over and over again. Da da da. Like if Roddy Ricch says that hook that he did, we would be killing him like we have in the past. Anytime else Roddy says something that's like, oh, why would he say that? What is that? We would be killing him because it's Lil Baby, and most people have nothing but positive shit to say about Lil Baby.
That scares me.
They'll let it slide.
That scares me,
son.
Let it slide. You know me.
Yeah.
I don't like it when somebody reaches above criticism. I don't like that.
That's where I think Lil Baby is. I think he's been there for a while now.
I can't disagree. It just kind of, I was just thinking about it, and I was like, I'm not that versatility guy. Right. So it doesn't bother me if he wants to put out the same sounding music or whatever. Mm-hmm. It's just a little bit odd that he has not gotten that backlash at all from anybody. It's kind of interesting to me.
It is interesting.
Song was all right though. I don't love or hate the song, but that hook was terrible.
Yeah, the hook was. I just think it was funny. It's like, why would you go with that? Like, I get it, you don't write, and like when people always bring up the non-writing thing with rappers.
Is he a notorious non-writer?
Yeah, he doesn't write at all. It's like, yeah, I get it, but in some songs you can tell that you didn't write this at all. You just went in there and say, I'm gonna say, hey, on the hook, and say a little something in between, and we're gonna go with it. Like, all right, we're cool. The beat crazy hard, so you probably won't even be paying attention to the hook like that. It'll just be something catchy that you'll end up singing when the song goes off later on. But hey, it is what it is. when you don't get no critique like that for what you're doing on these tracks, you can continue to do what you do.
No, 100%.
It keeps working.
100%.
So
I like this idea though. I like this live listen, quick react.
Yeah.
Because I think it'll be even more fun as we continue doing this. Because there's definitely going to be a song that I come on here and say is terrible. That 3 weeks later, I'm like, yo, that's the most fire song I've ever heard.
It's gonna happen.
100%. I'm kind of excited for that to happen.
I am excited for this Lil Baby album though. It's dropping.
When is that supposed to come?
Drop Friday.
Oh, this week.
It's Friday, yeah.
Was I just off? I thought this past week there was supposed to be a bunch of drops.
I don't think so.
I must have just had the dates wrong. Are there multiple big albums coming this week?
I don't know who else is dropping. I could have
swore Carl said Kodak was dropping last week.
I think, yeah, he pushed it. Kodak got online and said, I ain't dropping it this week. I'm pushing it back another week or so. I think he pushed it or whatever.
Gotcha.
Got his little backlash that he got, shit he was doing. But
Jeezy is this week?
Is Jeezy dropping this week?
I'm not 100%. I meant to ask that as a question.
It might be this week, but that Snowfall coming.
Yeah.
It's crazy. He said he retired like 2 years ago. I knew that was a lie.
Yeah, come on now.
Oh, 10/21. So 2 weeks, 2 more weeks.
Okay.
10/21, Snowfall dropping. And the little clips Jeezy been posting, then that first single he got with Drama, that feature he did on ESTG's
that
joint.
Drama single was really good.
Jeezy is sounding like he back in his thug motivation bag for sure.
Do you think he's somebody that at one kind of had like a dip off in quality? I know he had a dip off in popularity, but I didn't think the albums that he put out were bad quality.
I wouldn't say they were bad quality. He took a dip from when he stopped doing cocaine rap, like the Dope Boy rap. He was doing like what album was that? Where it was like shit, I can't remember the name of that album. I gotta find it.
The main one that I remember the most of the like semi-recent is Church in These Streets.
Church in These Streets, that was one of them.
That one was really good.
That Seen It All album was tight. I like that album.
I think
the Church in the Streets is where it started. And it was like, all right.
Those joints were fire.
Get into your preaching bag or whatever, but we always call him a preacher of the streets.
Yeah, that's all he was playing into. It was still everything was still
dropped in Recession 2. That was the last one.
All right, so I don't even remember listening to that, to be honest. That one was
like to be the Recession 2, because everybody know how hard the Recession was.
Right. You can't mess up the series.
It should have been the Recession 2. You should have called it something else.
Gotcha.
That's what I think it was. But
I missed that completely, so that might be on me.
Yeah, it wasn't on that level. But it sounded like he back in his bag again. The clips I've been hearing, the beats he picking, the shit he talking on the raps, is like, okay. Jeezy getting back into that bag. I guess he missed it. He felt like he needed to go ahead and get back into his lane a little bit.
Yeah.
And do his thing. So I'm excited to hear that.
Yeah, me too. I've always been a Jeezy fan.
Love the title name, Snowfall.
Yeah, that's good.
Love that show.
That's real good.
That shit hard.
Nice play on words there.
Yeah. It sounds about right.
How
Jeezy got to do.
How shocked were you to see him and Gibbs patch things up?
I'm real shocked, for real.
Me too,
they've been beefing for a long time.
I think it's been like 10 years or something.
But I do think it was like a one-sided beef. I think Freddie was just beefing with Jeezy. I don't think Jeezy had no beef with Freddie. He put Freddie on. Like, he gave him, he signed him and everything first. So I think it was just mostly on Freddie's side. So I guess it makes sense that Freddie is the one that's, putting this out. that him and Jeezy have pieced it up or whatever?
Yeah, I thought I had saved a screenshot. I didn't of more like detail what one of them had said, but I was shocked. I thought it was pretty cool. From what I saw, Gibbs pretty much took the blame in all of it, and said, I popped off and didn't really fully understand.
Mostly, I've never heard Jeezy say anything bad about Freddie, like ever. Interview or anytime he's ever asked about, he's never had nothing bad to say about him. Yeah. Every time you hear Freddie and somebody bring up Jeezy, he's always got something bad to say.
Right.
So obviously it was a one-sided beef. He obviously had issues with how he was treated when Jeezy signed him or whatever.
Yeah.
And then let him go. But I think a few times that I've heard Jeezy talk about him, he wasn't putting Freddie down, but he basically was just saying like Freddie just didn't want to do nothing. He's like, every time he put him in a position to do something, he would back lazy with it or wouldn't wasn't acting like he really wanted to do it, so he ended up letting him go.
Yeah.
So it was just on some like, all right, I'm letting you go because you're not trying to do what you're obviously doing now and flourishing as an artist that I thought you could be. He didn't do that while he was signed with Jeezy.
Right.
So I guess he had to figure out his own way or whatever. So it didn't seem like it should be a beef that should stand. Freddie was just a little bitter.
I was shocked that Freddie even tried to extend though.
Right.
Because Freddie is somebody that pops off.
Yeah.
He pops off at the mouth. He makes fun of anybody and everybody.
I don't think I've ever heard Freddie be apologetic about anything.
Right. I didn't figure him to be an apologetic guy or to even admit that he messed up at all.
Yeah.
So I was very shocked to see that. Although I didn't even know Freddie Gibbs back when they were actually together.
Yeah.
I got onto him after that had already ended.
Yeah, that's when I first heard about Freddie when Jeezy had signed him. And I heard some of his raps, like, it's kind of nice.
Yeah.
But then, like, nothing like popping, no single, no album, nothing never really happened. He just had a couple mixtapes.
Right.
They did rapping on other people's beats type shit. I was like, damn, I guess that was a dud. But then once he left Jeezy, shit started to flourish for Freddie. I guess he got into another bag. Because, again, when he was signed with Jeezy, Jeezy was putting him on a lot of, how can I say, it wasn't like, kind of hard to explain type of beats we have him on tracks, but it didn't sound like the Freddie that we know now type shit. Like obviously Freddie found his sound and his lane of rapping that he wanted to do in the beats he wanted to choose. So it made sense for him to do that. But Jeezy had a lot of success with YG. He had YG's career like kind of take a jump start.
I had no idea about that.
Yeah, after I want to say it was the first album, might have been the second album. Should have got a little dry for YG, and he came and helped him put that Rich Homie track together. Then my nigga track that joint, and that was, of course that was a big hit.
And that was all the album that popped.
Yeah,
That's My Crazy Life.
Jeezy helped him executive produce that and put that together.
I did not know that.
Helped him a lot.
That's cool.
So I thought that was dope when he did that. But
he's on that, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's on that song. Jeezy.
Yeah, he is. But yeah, it was a few joints like that. But it's good to see Freddie and Jeezy piece it up. I wish he would piece it up with Benny.
Yeah, so I wanted to ask you about this. I still haven't got to watch the Rory and Mal interview with Benny. I have seen the clip of him addressing this situation. Did you watch the interview?
I seen that. He basically, they asked him, like, what does this even start over? And Benny's like, he still doesn't know. He's like, you have to ask him. I never had no problem with Freddie at all. Just one day he just started popping. He started... how it started was when Freddie had tweeted something about after he had got shot. Benny said apparently when he had tweeted that it had happened, he had tweeted that months ago. Nobody even knew about it until Benny said something about it. So then it kind of got brought back up when Benny said something about it, something apparently or whatever. So he was like, but I don't even know where that shit came from. It's really like on some shit that I didn't even expect. Like, we was cool. I wouldn't say we was tight and friends or whatever. Of course, we had some songs together and shit like that. He's like, I just don't know. I just feel like maybe he just might be using me as rollouts or some shit like that. And we've seen Freddie, have a little back and forth with people and use that in his advantage. So when he got something dropping, maybe something like that. If it is, that's kind of corny. Like, you really gotten beat up over this shit. Like,
yeah,
like what you doing?
What's your opinion on it? What?
I think they both are too old to be having internet beef. Mm-hmm. Way too old. Even though Freddie does play on the internet, that's his thing. He does get his jokes off and shit like that. But when it comes to actually beefing with these guys that have put hands on you, whenever you come into their city or around their surroundings, it doesn't seem like it's worth it, dog. You've been putting out fire for the last 5 years at least. I don't think you need this. I don't think you need this at all.
No, 100% agree. And like me and you both love both of these artists, so it makes it kind of awkward and stuff. But in my opinion, I think Freddie was just doing what Freddie always does.
Right.
Being stupid on the internet, and he just likes to go for the laugh. Yeah. And I get the vibe that Benny is not the guy. Benny is not the guy that's with the jokes. Funny. So to him,
especially joking about after he got shot, he could have died. Like,
right, it's very
that's
personal.
That's not something you want to joke about with somebody. Like, I don't know.
Very personal to him. So I get the vibe. It was just a joke thing from Freddie, but understandably, Benny did not like it, and Benny is a gangster himself. He went the gangster route of how you handle that situation, and went with the jump in. It is what it is. I hope they both stop. I did like that Benny was like, we can coexist. He said we can coexist. They were like, do you think y'all would ever piece it up or whatever? And he was like, nah, there's nothing to talk about, but we can coexist. Just keep my name out your mouth. Yeah. And hey, if that's the best that we can get, I hope they stick with it and just leave each other alone. I don't like seeing those two guys going at it.
And they made a fire record together too.
So fire. That shit was hard. So fire.
So it's sad to see, especially from the older rappers. These guys are almost 40.
Right.
It's like, come on, dog. Like, y'all both make some fire raps, man. It's no need for fucking beef. And like, if it is, at least let it be in raps or something.
Right.
Like, it's never even got to rapping. Y'all never even rapped at each other at all.
Yeah, well, that's the Benny side.
Right.
Benny said, we're not doing this wax shit. Yeah. You go talk, I'm gonna see you.
Right. Yeah.
So, you know, I'm not a gangster. I don't like the gangster stuff. I kind of hate how Benny is continue to play it up.
Yeah.
With,
at the same time,
posting the pictures of the girls chain and, talking shit and stuff. Like, y'all gotta relax.
He shouldn't have showed that chain. It was too little.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous.
He shouldn't have showed that at all. But on the flip side, I do like that, even though I guess Freddie does this shit on the internet, he never really addresses none of it in his albums or the songs that he put out. Like the album he put out, he didn't say nothing about it at all. He just did what Freddie does and gave it some fire work. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see what happens with that.
No doubt.
In the future.
What else we gonna talk about music?
Yes, we got my boy. I did listen to that on that Rich Homie.
Yeah. I didn't listen to it.
Joint hard.
All of it?
All of it.
It was like 8 songs, right?
Every single one is hard.
Okay.
Yeah, Rich Homie is officially back.
Yeah,
he ain't playing around.
Is this a little bit weird that he's back now that Thug is gone? Ooh. I'm not saying anything like Quan got him in trouble. You know what I'm saying? Wild. Don't get me wrong, but Thug goes away, and all of a sudden, Rich Homie's been gone for years. Is suddenly back in the mix.
Yeah, I never even put this together.
Oh, I feel like I came up with a great topic.
This is a good thing because just apparently in Atlanta, I guess whoever the enforcer is on that RICO that just happened with Young Thug and his team or whatever. Apparently, there's a well-known rapper from Atlanta that is snitching.
That's all the whack stuff.
A few weeks ago, Wack and 21 got into it on Clubhouse because Wack said it's 21 that's snitching. He claims that after 21 almost got kicked out the country, which he hasn't had the trial for yet, and they said it got postponed or they didn't set another date for. He said they wiped that clean. So if he snitched on Thug, that's why we ain't seen nothing happen from that case when he was about to get deported out the country. It
was wild that conversation.
He put that together, but it's just like, all right, Wack.
21 quickly had an answer for that.
Yeah, he did.
He's like, I can't get deported because I have an active gun case right now.
Yeah. They got to get this shit correct before the next one gets started.
His response made immediate sense to me.
Yeah. But now that you're saying that.
Right?
Rich Homie is from Atlanta.
Uh-oh.
Very well known. I mean, he's been down for a few years, but he was very well known in Atlanta, a rapper. Young Thug went down and Rich Homie's back, dropping fire.
Uh-oh.
And he's doing mad interviews. I feel like he ain't done an interview with everybody at this point.
Hey, you heard it here first. Return of the Mac podcast.
Hey, I hope homie ain't out here snitching on Thug.
I don't care either way. I just thought it was interesting.
Talk about a plot twist.
It's just, I can't think of anybody off the top of my head.
Because they came out together. Like, they was hot when they first came out together.
Right. I can't think of anybody off the top of my head that was on fire at any point in time
Rich Homie was on
and
fire.
went as silent as he has for, what would you call it, 5 years? 6 years?
At least 4 or 5.
Right?
At
and
least
then
4 or 5.
suddenly is just back in the industry. Like, that's the part that seems odd to me.
I got a little bit. I mean, your take is fucking. That's
I got
a plot
you
to
fucked
it.
up right now.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about that. That's crazy. That'd be crazy if that's what happened. But apparently, he had big label issues with the label that he was with when he dropped all them first early hits.
Okay.
So he had to like get out of that label, and that took time, and then get his shit back together before he even put out any more music. So apparently, he didn't want to put out no music while he was still under contract, whatever that label was.
Fair enough.
Because apparently he didn't get no money for it. He had like three or four huge hits when he first came out, and apparently he got ripped off for that shit. So that was the reason why he had been down and out. But he back. Obviously, he out his contract, fully independent now. And he putting out heat. I just hope your ass ain't snitch on Thug to be back out here.
Hope not, because somebody will put it out at some point.
That shit would be crazy.
Interesting.
But it's good to see Rich Homie back, man. Because like I said, I think I said this a while ago. Duval said, "Yo, everybody just stop messing with Thug. With Rich Homie for no reason. There's really no reason at all. They just switched up on him, and everybody rode with Thug. But obviously, he had some label issues. So
I think I have a little bit different outlook on Rich Homie because the style of music he made at the time when him and Thug first came up.
Yeah,
I was very anti that. So I wasn't listening to Rich Homie quite. I know some of the big songs. And Lifestyle
was Lifestyle, like the mumble rap era.
It really was. Yeah, I was off it heavy.
Yeah.
Lifestyle is his song, or is that the T.I. joint?
Lifestyle, Thug, and Young Thug. They was like a group. It was the Rich Gang. Birdman had made them the Rich Gang group or whatever. So yeah, it was like
I know a couple of his songs, and he was definitely on one with T.I. that I really liked, but I didn't listen to him back then. Right. So now when I've heard these tracks that y'all have shared, I'm like, yo, this is fire. Yeah. But it's because I changed.
Rich Homie was pretty much Lil Baby before Lil Baby.
Yeah.
He had that type of hype. He had that type of records out the gate. Like, he was the hottest thing in the South for the first couple of years he came out. Everything he touched was hot. And then he just disappeared. For apparent reasons. But what was that last one? The last big one was 2017 was the last big project he dropped. I Promise I'll Never Stop.
He fulfilled his promise.
Had some joints on there. He had a joint with Thug on there, of course. Yeah, that was a good project right there. But yeah, Thug back. Rich Homie is back. Thug is not back yet.
Back. Very not back.
Still not back, but good to see him out here.
For sure. I told you I didn't listen to any new music this week. I was busy over the weekend and stuff. So was there anything else that you wanted to mention that came out Friday?
My boy G Herbo, man.
Oh, yeah. How was that?
Dropped the project.
This is a whole new project?
Survivor's Remorse, yep. He dropped side A. I guess he's going to drop a side B to it, too. But
I don't know why, but I kind of like that rather than the deluxe.
Yeah,
you tell me ahead of time I'm giving you side A and side B. I feel differently. I don't know why. Excuse me.
Oh, shit out now? I think he just put the side B out.
I was going to say, this says A side and B side.
Yes, the one I'm looking at. Yeah, I got to check the other half. But it's just solid, man. Like, I've been, I know you ain't really fond of G Herbo like that, but
Conway?
G Herbo is another one like Lil Durk was to me out of Chicago.
Yeah.
He been around for about 10 years now. And they both came around at the same time. He rapping since he was 16. G Herbo now 26. The only difference between G Herbo and Lil Durk is G Herbo hasn't had that I'm here moment like Lil Durk has had in the past 2 years. He hasn't had that moment yet. He's always been consistent. Always gets some of the hottest features, put out consistent projects, raps well to me. G Herbo just one of them ones. I don't know if he'll ever get one of the moments like Durk has had the past couple years where people start being like, yo, Durk crazy. But it's like, Durk been doing this, how he rapping now. He been doing that for like the last 8, 9 years.
Yeah, everybody just
He just never had no big records, and people never got the, never had a Drake feature. I guess that helped a lot.
Right.
But G Herbo ain't had that moment yet, but he's still one of them ones that's been consistently around here. He's pretty much a vet in the game now. You get 10 years in the rap game.
Yeah, 10 years is...
And you still, like, you know what I'm saying? he's still a young dude, ain't even nowhere close to 30 yet. Mid-20s, 26. So he's still got a lot of career that he can have to me.
The feature list is interesting just in the range.
Yeah.
It's got Jeremiah on here. Offset, Future, Gunna kind of obviously fit the same category. A Boogie. And then Benny and Conway.
That's separate tracks.
Yeah, that's wild. I saw the Benny joint Friday. Yeah. I saw Benny was on one on Friday.
Them joints hard
Apparently
too.
Side B's got a Conway joint.
I heard the Conway joint. I'm excited to hear that.
I'll have to listen to it. I mean,
but the joint, you'll like that joint with Benny. Because they was rapping.
Yeah.
They both of them was rapping on that joint. They had a little back and forth moment on there too. That shit hard. So that just shows the level of like G Herbo can get on a track with anybody's type.
He's got to be able to rap. Yeah. I'll have to listen to him more. I haven't given him as much of a listen. I'm still not a huge Dirt guy, but like I can find music of his that I like. Yeah. And G Herbo has one. He's got one song. It's one of my favorite songs of the past 5 years. So I got to give him a little extra listen.
That joint with
Uzi, Juice.
With Juice WRLD,
everybody was on it.
Yeah, that's a good record.
PTSD, Chance was on it.
Yeah.
I'll have to check it out. Anything else?
Yeah, rock with G Herbo. What else we got? A couple singles dropped. Friday dropped a dope single to do the sing that God did, Hook. I kind of like him. I like his voice.
Yeah, that was nice.
And
so it's a single by himself?
Yeah. Called Don't Give Up On Me.
Okay.
It's a good record. And another dope single I like, Ty Dolla $ign single featuring Lil Durk called My Friends.
I saw you share that
Mustard.
on Instagram. That was dope, what I heard on your
that's
story.
a hard track. I like that joint. So
I love Ty Dolla.
We got a Ty Dolla $ign album coming.
That'd be cool.
He never misses to me either.
Yeah,
that's pretty much it. Not much really dropped. Nothing crazy anyway. I mean, Youngboy dropped. I know some people love that. Youngboy and Quavo and Takeoff dropped their project.
Yeah, I'm good.
You good?
I'm good on all that.
That's who came out, but that's about it.
Oh,
good joints.
Well, you had mentioned Quavo bar.
Oh yeah.
This is a little bit interesting. After you mentioned it, I started to do a little looking up what was going on. Yeah, tell me what's up with that.
I'm gonna see if I can find the bar.
That would be helpful.
Now that I'm thinking about it.
Did you see that there's two people that they're talking about?
This could be in reference to. It was about Lil Baby.
Yeah.
But now I listen to it, I think he's talking about Offset.
Seems that way.
It seems like he's talking about Offset. And this may be the means of why they split.
Yeah, we're doing the math here.
Putting the math together. It's starting to add up. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Can't find the bar, but the bar is basically saying that his ex, Sweetie, had fucked the gang. He said, if you wanted to fuck the gang, you could let us know. We would have gave a blessing or something like that. Somewhere he said it like that.
Something like that.
And I was like, oh, damn. Oh, Sweetie hit the gang? And the gang made me think, all right, if Offset did, Takeoff might have too. But I don't think Quavo knew about Offset though. I think Offset was like a little behind the scenes, whatever happened.
Yeah, that's the vibe I get.
It seems like he found out after the fact, like, oh, damn, word.
No, I think Quavo the team stuff is kind of a nice way to defer somebody else smash my girl.
Right.
It's more like, oh, you wanted to get with the team. You should have let me know. It's no biggie.
Yeah. Rather than, said that.
Oh, my man stole my chick on the low. My cousin, my uncle, whoever he is.
I think they cousins.
That was how I took that bar.
But it's like, damn. But at the end of the day, this rap shit, whenever there's some type of issue, it used to always come down to one or two things: money or chick.
Yep.
It's one of those two things in this rap game. Whenever there's some type of dispute, money or chick. So it all makes sense that if that's what did happen, coming from Quavo, why the Migos is down to 2. Or the Migos are no more.
Honestly, I take it as fact because it's like not the greatest look for him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you wouldn't say that.
No, like you wouldn't put that out just for no reason. It doesn't look great for you. But I take that as fact, but who knows? All right, one of the other music things we talked about earlier in the week, Larussell.
Larussell from Vallejo.
From Vallejo. I believe this guy is signed to Russ. I believe that's how I found him.
He is, yeah.
Man, he's an interesting dude, son.
Yeah, man.
He's got to be like one of the most happy, like energetic people
Yeah.
from the post, from what I can see.
Yeah.
Every
energy.
single day, he's posting like some random freestyle in his backyard that they've got set up as like a platform to perform show. I mean,
built a stage in his backyard and be having fucking performances there. It's just nuts.
Yeah, dude is a DIY sensation, son.
Yeah.
And he's putting in the work. I think it's been kind of dope to follow him through Instagram and stuff. But I've seen like he went on I Am Athlete, I believe, at one point. I saw a video the other day with Matt Barnes and Stack showing up to his house. I don't know if they were recording something or what.
I think they was doing the pod there.
Okay.
They came to him to do the podcast.
But he seems to be gaining some notoriety at this point. And he's so constant with his posting and everything. He shared some earlier in the week, said he sold over 1,100 albums in 24 hours. He did a pay what you want offer. So the album comes out.
Nipsey?
Yes. Similar to the Nipsey album. Album officially comes out on streaming, I guess, October 6th is when it took place. So he did this like a week before to be able to get a hold of it early. And in 24 hours, like I said, he sold over 1,100 albums, $27,000 in revenue. He had one person bought it for 1,000, 3 for 500, 54 for 100, 130 for 50, 545 for 20. And $75 75 people for $5 or less.
It's nice.
So the whole thing is really interesting concept and stuff. Obviously not the first person who's done it. You already mentioned Nipsey's done this before. I believe Run the Jewels has done something similar before. But the part that I found the most interesting is looking at those breakdowns. Is it wasn't a whole gang of people that tried to buy it for $1.
Yeah.
It wasn't like he made a whole bunch of money off people buying it for $1,000 either. You have 545 people that donated $20 and 130 that donated $50.
That's dope.
Like it's just cool to see how you put together a product and build something like from the ground up, and people respect your hustle and your art. So at that point, they're more or less supporting you.
Basically,
these people did not pay for his music. You get the music next week.
They love him.
They pay because they love him and they love what he does.
Exactly.
And that's basically the same conversation that we have all the time when we talk about, the like having a core fan base or trying to get super popular and stuff. What did you think about this?
I think it's dope that he's doing that. And I seen another interview. He was talking about he's going to do like a pay to play type of tour. He's trying to connect with. He's doing something with some tech company to where he's allowing people to pay what they want for a ticket to his shows when he go on tour.
Oh wow,
which is dope as hell because he's like, what I'm saying, he feel like everybody should be able to come. So if I instead of just making all the tickets $25 or $30, you can pay $5. You can pay $50. You can pay $100 for your ticket. The same way he's doing his album, which is dope as hell because it's like people love options. Yeah, people are already rocking with you to a certain level. They're ready to pay to see you perform or pay you for anything. When you give people options to do something that you're allowing them to want to show you more appreciation than they have to, especially if they're rocking with you. So it's a dope concept that he's putting together. Of course, we've seen Nipsey do it in the past, but he's obviously trying to take it to another level to where he's trying to make everything that he does a pay to play, whether it's merch, whether it's a show, whether it's an album. He's making it, and he does another thing where he lets his fans get part ownership of some of his albums.
The songs, I believe, individually too. I've heard about this as well,
which is dope. And what he was explaining, he was like, it's better than investing in a house. It's like if y'all are investing in this album, the more this album grows, you're gonna make more money of it. I ain't gotta pay for this joint to get renovated and nothing. The album is the album, but it can keep on gaining money, and whoever's bought in as a piece of it gets money as well. It's a dope concept.
Yeah,
to feel like you can make money with your fans.
Yeah,
giving people ownership of your work. Like nobody doing that. Like nobody's doing nothing like that.
And it's like, It's like buying a stock in the sense that like you're investing in something that you believe in. So like
And the
you
more
are
he
also
grows-
invested in trying to make him a better artist, which is something
you're gonna
nobody.
promote more of his stuff too because you're invested in his career.
Yeah,
man.
I want to put on everybody I know. Yo, check out Larussell.
Exactly. So the more he grows, we all grow, which is nuts.
It's organic.
Yeah,
it's organic
it's a dope
growth.
concept.
And this is why
you can't buy that type of fandom.
No,
you can't.
And this is why I understand that what he's doing is way more difficult. He's taking the hard road right now and building a fan base and getting people invested in him. He's not taking the quick come up. I understand the attraction to that.
Yeah.
But he's never going to be an artist that you're hearing on an interview 5 years from now bitching about what labels won't do for him.
Exactly.
He's going to find a way to do whatever he wants.
He talks about all the time. They have offered to sign plenty of them. They see his buzz on the internet. People want to get on that while it's hot.
Not to mention somebody that they would be investing in that they can see he wants it.
Exactly.
Like you can see the work that he's put in. So yeah, I don't know, man. We don't got to talk about it a ton. I thought it was so fire because we had these conversations over and over about people that are upset about what the industry or what X can't do for them. And he's completely removed that out and said, I can do for me and I'll do it the harder way. And he's going to be rewarded for it. I'm looking forward to following him.
Not a lot of quick come ups, but at the same time, he's probably making more money off of his music than some of the hottest are.
I'm sure.
just because he's going direct to consumer and making it a pay to play type of thing. Like, you know how many streams you got to run up and over to make some cash off of it, even if you make any of it.
So that was one last thing that he had posted when he shared these numbers.
Yeah.
The last slide that he put on here, he put the streaming equivalent to garner the $27,000 revenue. He gives a breakdown. He puts streams being 0.003% or cents
a stream.
So it's a third of a penny. Streams would have been 9 million and fans would have been 1.8 million. That if your favorite artist that's on some major was going to make 27,000 off of streaming, that's what they would have needed.
9 million.
He did it in 24 hours.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Yeah. Very, very
and
interesting.
We see how the numbers been lowering just this year alone. People barely getting 50K streams on the first week. So think how long it would take to get 9 million streams. Like, that's nuts.
Yep. There's different lanes, man. You just gotta be able to or be willing to put in the work. Not a lot of people are. Shout out to Larussell.
It's a tough road to go, man, but you know, all works out in the end, especially when you own all your shit.
No doubt.
Ain't no middleman. Dope to see. But where we going?
BET Awards, yeah.
BET Hip Hop Awards,
yeah.
Hip Hop Awards happened last week. Fat Joe hosted. It was a pretty cool award show. Freestyle, the little, BET Hip Hop Awards, they do the little freestyle joints in between. Terrible.
Oh, really?
Terrible. First of all, everybody rapped on Gunna's Pushing P beat. Don't know why that was the beat they decided to choose. Everybody rap on. I know that was a big record, the Pushing P song or whatever. The show was in Atlanta, so maybe it was just like a tribute to Gunna or whatever.
They did multiple ciphers?
Multiple ciphers.
And they all use that beat?
All rapped on the same
You gotta all use a different Atlanta beat. Come on.
Don't know who thought of that idea. And then it was some part where they was getting random people that weren't rappers doing freestyles as well. Like Desi Banks, the funny dude on the internet. Him and Pretty V did one. They got like Meek Mill's baby moms doing a freestyle. And people that don't even rap.
That. Yeah, get that
it's
out
like,
of here.
What is y'all doing? I didn't understand that.
What would be the purpose in that?
I have no idea.
They thought it was going to be like a fun thing?
I guess they did. I mean, someone was kind of funny, but someone was like, yo, y'all didn't have to do this.
That's wild.
Y'all had to do this. When we, like years ago, we used to see the Good Music had their own session and everybody, like that's when it was crazy. Like
Slaughterhouse or Shady Records, I guess, had it.
It was a few of them where the crews would come and they would get busy. Like, y'all know who to get here. Get Griselda. Go and get Top Dog and whoever they got. Get J. Cole and his crew. Get the guys
QC
and do sessions. Get QC. Do these sessions, bro. That shit would go crazy. That's what we want to see.
That's the last thing that I remember loving about the award show.
Yeah,
was checking those ciphers. Yeah,
but they're also falling off. They mostly doing it with all, like, I guess, young up and coming artists, Well, some of them I knew about. The new, I forgot the dude's name, but he signed with Top Dog now, the dark skinned dude. I think Rashawn or something like that. But he could spit. He did one.
Yeah. I know who
you're talking
people
about. That I knew, but a lot of them I had never even heard of. It was bad, but a few of the performances was good. I enjoyed seeing ESTG and Jeezy do that song on the ESTG's album called The Realest. That shit was hard. And then like right after that, Jeezy announced his album coming. So I was like, oh shit, it's up now. That happened. Pusha performed, brought out Malice.
Oh, that's what I saw. I did see that.
They performed Grinding.
Yeah. So
first time in 20 years.
When you told me that he had brought Malice out.
Yeah.
I didn't ask any questions. I don't remember what I was doing. I just didn't think about it. Mm-hmm. I watched the video the next day. I didn't realize they did Grinding.
Yeah, he did Grinding.
That's fire.
That shit was hard.
That's fire.
Didn't even know it was the 20th anniversary of Lil Willin coming out.
Nah, I didn't either. They started with a Push song, right?
Yeah.
Push did a verse of his own song and then brought Malice up. That's dope.
I was like, that's fire. Which leads me to believe we got a Malice verse on the Pusha album. They got Malice out performing again.
Don't get your hopes up, bro. Don't get your hopes up.
We might need that new Clips album, man.
It would be great. I just don't get your hopes up.
Push is slowly but surely urging him to get back into it. If he can get up there and rap Grinding again, when he's obviously been on his, his Christian tip and he had moved and something about it. If you can get up there and rap Grinding, then you can get in there and start rapping how you used to rap again.
It's possible.
I would love to see it.
Going inside the mind of a Malice, I could see him saying, this is a verse. Everybody knows me for this.
Yeah.
It is what it is. It's already out.
Right.
But like putting out new material that may not coincide with his lifestyle.
On the Pusha album, he was talking that talk again.
He's fire.
That's a new verse. So it's like, all right, you kind of sound like you in that bag again, Malice. So give us that.
I would love it. I would love it. Just I don't want you to get your hopes up. That's all.
I don't, but it was just when you see them both back on the stage again, performing Grinding after 20 years, it's like, dog. It was also obviously makes you feel old too. Like, damn, that shit came out 20 years ago.
That's nuts.
That shit came out 20 years ago. It's nuts, but
Well, wait till I play my sample.
Right.
One of the samples is a song from 2011. I was like, dog, this is 11 years old at this point. Nuts.
Time is flying, yeah.
It really is.
Time is flying. Who else I see performing that? Kodak had a good performance.
He was there?
He was there. That was
so this is why he was so extra salty.
Last week when he was talking about his P&B apology, he said he was about to go do his P&B performance or whatever, do his shift for P&B, so he got the chicken and waffles. Apparently, it was before he did that performance.
Okay.
So he opened the song with him as P&B's record playing or whatever.
Oh, that's cool.
Did a little tribute to him. It was cool. It was a cool performance. And he performed. Of course, he had to perform Super Gremlin.
Right.
He performed his new record that he just dropped like a couple weeks ago, and he performed Super Gremlin. It was good. It was good joint or whatever. He was also nominated for Song of the Year with Super Gremlin. Didn't win that. Big Lotto won that with Big Energy, which is also probably one of the biggest records that dropped this year, of course. He wasn't really happy about that shit afterwards.
I'm glad that you told me that he was there.
Yeah.
Because this puts a whole new spin on it for me.
Right.
This, I don't want to say it makes sense because nothing Kodak does makes sense, but it makes more sense why he was so angry. He got all dressed up and going thinking he was winning.
Yeah.
That's why he's so mad.
When you perform, usually you think you're going to win the award.
That's hilarious. But continue. What did he say? What did he have to say about Lotto? I'm sure it was real nice.
I mean, hey, he went on the internet, of course, got on live or whatever he was on, talking his shit. And he started calling her Frappuccino. He said, I don't understand why y'all let Frappuccino get that award over me. Super Gremlin was the biggest song of the year. You're not going to tell me Big Energy was bigger than that. Then you start going in about, I understand all this, standing up for women and women doing their thing or whatever, but not at my expense, basically.
Didn't he call her a mutt bitch?
Yeah, he did call her a mutt bitch.
Yeah. That'll.
So he felt a way. He felt a real way about not winning that award, which makes me think he probably did expect to win it since they got him to perform at the award show or whatever.
That's crazy.
But hey, Kodak, this is just like the baby shit we was talking about a couple weeks ago, bro. You wild out too much, bro.
That certainly doesn't help.
You wild out too much to get any type of acknowledgement from an award show. You should be satisfied that you even got to perform on the stage your big record. I feel like that was only done because you had Super Gremlin, and that was such a huge record. That's why you even got that opportunity. But yet and still, dog, like, nah, they're not gonna let you win that one. They're not gonna let you win that one.
Yeah.
Award shows is all about, relationships and, people they rocking with. They love Lotto. Lotto had a big one. They're not putting you in that position, Kodak. Sorry.
Yeah.
It's not gonna happen.
Agreed.
So, be upset about it. I get it. But we all know what it is and what it ain't.
Was there anybody that had a real gripe in the album of the year category? Kendrick won. Was there anybody that you're shocked it didn't win, or was this it just made sense? It is what it is. I know Kendrick is massive.
Most of them pretty much made sense. Most of them pretty much made sense. I think they had one with I think it was the rapper of the year or the best rapper, something like that. A lyricist, or something had to do with bars. One of them categories. Mm-hmm. They had Benny in there. They had a few people in there. I can't even think of the name right now, but there's a few people that's like, why was they in this category?
Gotcha.
A few of those.
Yeah.
But I think Kendrick ended up winning that one too. So it was like, all right.
So that's okay.
Kendrick's just gonna sweep all the best stuff.
You gotta be careful with anything having to do with lyricists though.
Right.
That's a really sensitive topic for anybody that cares about that stuff. Exactly. You can't just put anybody in there.
Exactly. But at least they did have Benny and Kendrick in there. So of course Kendrick won, but they had a few in there that's supposed to be there.
Yeah.
But it's a cool award show. Besides all the freestyles and shit, it was decent.
Yeah. We've kind of continually said, how the importance of award shows in general have gone down and all that.
Yeah.
I don't even have a reaction to the winners anymore.
Right.
I don't care one way or the other. It just doesn't mean anything to me at all. I don't know if that's how everybody feels or what, but I feel it more definitively where in the years past, it's these award shows are getting kind of whack. They don't really pick the right person a lot. I don't put a whole lot of weight into it. Now it's I don't even care to know who won.
Yeah. Cause we see at this point, if you pay attention to how shit's been, you understand that award shows are politics.
Right.
It's a game of relationships and what label is involved or where this artist is and who they trying to, show love to or whatever. It doesn't come down to the numbers or who sold the most and this, that, and that. Because if it did, like I said the other week, Drake and NBA Youngboy and all the people that we know get all the numbers will win all the awards.
Yeah.
But it's not set up like that at all.
Right.
It's all about relationships and politics. So with that being known by most people now, the awards don't mean much.
Right.
At all. That's why, Kendrick's not showing up to a award show. He won 6 awards at
he doesn't care about that award anyway.
He ain't worry about that at all.
Yeah.
He on tour.
No doubt.
Get into the bag.
Well, we got a couple minutes here. We got a few minutes if you wanted to. You mentioned you had some NBA predictions or just thoughts about. I didn't realize the season was coming up so soon. I think of November as being basketball start, but I think that's college.
Next Tuesday.
That's crazy.
Season starts officially. Preseason already started. Last couple weeks. A lot of teams have been playing their starters for good 25, 30 minutes of these games too.
Yeah.
So it was good to see that. We looked pretty good. Celtics look good. Kawhi and John Wall and PG on the floor, they look good.
Wall had 20 points in 20 minutes last night or the night before.
They're going to be something, of course, barring injury.
Right.
But if those three are on the floor, it's going to be some problems for the people in the West. Jamal Murray played his first game back after, 2 years almost?
Forgot
since the
all
bubble.
about
I don't think
that.
he's played since the bubble.
Yeah, it was something 590-something days or something.
He came back finally, so it's good to see him back on the floor.
That's dope. That boy's talented.
Somebody else that had been out. Oh, Zion. Zion played. He had been out, of course.
Kawhi hasn't played in a long time.
Kawhi, yeah, there's a few of them. But it's good to see all of them back on the court.
That's dope.
Everybody looking good. I'm just go ahead and make my predictions now. I got Tatum going for MVP this year. I feel like he's evolved his game to another bag that he can possibly at least be in the runnings of the top 3 for MVP this season. I think he's going to elevate.
I think that's within reason. Yeah, I wouldn't argue with that.
I know it's bias, all this, that, but we've seen it. We've seen Tatum elevate each year.
The step that was taken last year was a noticeable, massive leap. It wasn't a little baby step or nothing. I think that's within reason.
I think now he'll step into that role and finally find himself. I was seeing him I watched him in a couple of the preseason games. He got like he tapped into a different dribbling bag.
Oh yeah.
Like I've seen some moves that I hadn't seen before. I was like, you know how he always hits that step back? That little step back and everybody know that shit coming, but you can't really block it.
Yeah.
He hit that joint and like it ended up in a crossover somehow, and my man was left over there. I'm like, oh, everybody gonna expect that long step back, and he gonna get crossed up and get yammed on.
Watch out, league.
So I can see Tatum getting into his bag, but the Clippers gonna be a problem for sure.
Yep.
I don't know what to say about the Lakers. It's what it is. Atlanta, them Hawks is gonna be a problem. Oh, I forgot. Ben Simmons played. Ben Simmons played in the preseason games. Looked like Ben Simmons. I think the Nets gonna be a problem too.
I expect them to be.
It looked different when you see KD and Kyrie and Ben Simmons all on the floor together finally.
Well, for all the shit that Simmons gets,
yeah,
you're talking about a Nets team that nobody wanted to play in the first round last year.
Exactly.
Like they were still a team that you didn't want to be around, and they get Simmons on the court. Whatever knocks you might have, he's a massive upgrade from anybody else that would have been on the court in his place.
That's a fact.
And I think it was, I think what's his name? It's a white dude from UVA, Joe something shooter.
I know who you're talking about.
I think he's a legitimate piece that they missed. Because they need shooters. So I think him being back this year will be a major difference. There's no reason not to expect them to be in the top 4 of the East. Joe Harris. Yep, you're right.
Yeah, pure shooter. So he going to be back? Is he going to be back? He
missed all last year. I assume he's back this year. I haven't paid attention. But
yeah, they're going to be tough, man.
They're already a good team. They don't need that much to still be a top 5 East team to add from last year.
Yeah. I definitely see us going back. People still, I think, are not acknowledging that we got Malcolm Brogdon.
Yeah.
Over the offseason. Huge upgrade at the point guard positions.
Massive pickup.
Didn't lose any pieces, really. So I can't wait to see what we look like, how the season goes. Should be fun.
Yeah, I can't honestly say that I'm excited for basketball right now. It still feels too early. Probably won't get like really, really into it till November-ish. But hey, anytime we can get another sport started back up, I'm all in favor for it.
I think they said 2 Sundays from now we'll have NBA and NFL going at the same time.
Hell yeah. And it's baseball playoffs. Let's go, Yanks. Any Yankee fans out there? We got the Cleveland Indians. Fuck those losers. We're coming. Oh, the Guardians. Who cares? Not even a real team. They can't come up with a name. Yanks in 4. Let's go.
So your boy Judge hit that mark.
Believe that. Hit that 62.
They hit that mark.
We out here. Yankees. You're gonna get a little
Bonds though.
Yeah, we don't got time for this. We don't got time for this troll. We got these samples coming. If you are on YouTube, you know we can't put the samples on there. I'm sorry, but we will be back next week. We appreciate y'all listening. If you're on the audio, we got these samples coming. Carl will be back next week. We appreciate y'all.
Sure.
All right, I'm not very certain that I haven't used this sample before. I think I skipped it, but we're gonna see. This is called "You Don't Have to Worry" by Doris and Kelly. I got a 3-1.
So sweet and fine.
Definitely talking some Gibbs shit.
He could have killed us.
He could kill this joint. It's new or old?
The first sample, the first one I'm looking for is the one I referenced from 2011.
Okay.
So sweet and fine.
Sounds familiar.
You gotta kick yourself when I play it.
This ain't on Watch the Throne, is it? Damn. Yeah, I don't know. Damn, she sound familiar.
That's not it. This is Common, Sweet. The Drake diss.
The Drake diss. I forgot about the Drake diss. Oh, damn.
We asked about Common where you
I forgot all about this joint.
What that man doing now?
11 years ago.
Man, that's a long time ago. Oh, yeah, because Stay Scheming, yeah, that's by the time that came out.
Crazy, son.
Damn.
Yeah. How can I say this?
More recently, though, this also was sampled by Black Thought featuring Joey Badass, Russ.
Is this on the Russ album?
It's on Black Thought's album.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just a great old classic sample.
Yeah. Gotta get some bars off of this.
Y'all let Black Thought go for a second.
Yeah. Black Thought started off?
Yeah.
I'm full with too many lives, 25 years of fewer. Nothing we receive is brand new, it's just newer. While brothers drop down on their knees and make doer. Popsicle sticks race down the curb into the sewer. The next American hangman, sketched in crayon. Gangland on the facade, the spray on. Killing birds with one stone is what we say.
This saw Kaepernick's face. This is a random game to come on.
Random highlights on the background of Colin Kaepernick versus the Ravens. But anyway, we run kind of low on time here. My bad. Let me get you plugged in.
That was a good one. That was like kind of like a 3 generation almost.
Yeah, I had that saved. I knew you appreciate the 3 generation.
You know what I'm saying? I got a sample comes from. It's kind of like 2 samples in this one song.
Okay.
The first one is Khadijah Bonnet, Grandma Honey.
Khadijah got a voice, I can already tell.
Oh yeah, you know what time it is.
Inspired name.
Smooth vibes. Trying to skip to the part where it starts.
Grandma honey's made of humming.
That's the part that's sampled. And another song that's sampled in this song is Kanye's Flashing Lights.
Play the first one again. That sounded, it actually sounded familiar. Is this one I would get, you think?
I don't think you're going to get it.
Okay.
I don't think you would get it. It's real new. Brand new song.
Yeah. If it's brand new, I'm not going to know it. I'm not going to know it.
It's a brand new joint. We got Flashing Lights in it, but it's from G Herbo's album.
Oh, okay.
Single from with Jeremiah called.
Really close on time here. You got any words of wisdom before we wrap it up?
Nah, man. Just stay safe out here, you know?
I like that. I like that advice. Stay safe. Stay warm. Winter is coming. We'll be back next week, all 3 of us. Return of the Mac. Peace.
Yeah.